It is said that one should not talk ill of the dead. However, this video will explore the civilian and military regimes of Muhammadu Buhari. Buhari's story did not begin in Aso Rock. Buhari's story began in the dust of Daura, Katsina State. He was born in the year 1942 under colonial rule, and he lost his father at a young age and was raised under tough conditions, something that would later shape his rigid outlook on life. Muhammadu Buhari in 1962 joined the Nigerian Military Training College, swiftly earning a reputation for discipline and order. And in the year 1966, when Nigeria was plunged into its first series of coup d'etats, Buhari at that period was still a junior officer. However, he kept rising, first as a commander during the Biafran War, and then later as the Federal Commissioner for Petroleum under Obasanjo. His big test came in the year 1983, when Nigeria was under crisis, inflation, corruption, and insecurity. Buhari launched the infamous War Against Indiscipline when he became the military head of state after driving the then executive president, Shehu Shagari, in the year 1983. Citizens were whipped for being late to work. Civil servants did frog jumps for laxity. Journalists were jailed under Decree 4. And we have critics disappearing under Decree 2. Corruption was attacked, and our rights, the freedoms of Nigerians, as well as democracy itself, was also attacked. Economically, Buhari's policies were erratic. Imports were slashed because he closed the borders, and the naira notes were changed with little notice. Although the economy suffered, after just 20 months, Buhari was ousted in a bloodless coup, also known as a palace coup, by General Babangida. He was exiled. He was imprisoned for about 40 months, and it seemed as though Buhari's story had ended. However, Nigeria doesn't forget strong men. In 1994, Abacha appointed Buhari to head the Petroleum Trust Fund, where his famed austerity helped build roads and hospitals. But Buhari had tasted relevance again. In the year 2003, democracy returned. Buhari ran for president and he lost. In 2007, he ran again and lost. In 2011, he lost again to Goodluck Jonathan. However, something was changing. His image, his strict, incorruptible Northern, began to resonate, especially in a country exhausted by PDP's failings. And so, in 2015, President Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressive Congress emerged as the president of Nigeria. And this was Buhari 2.0, the reborn Democrat, or so we thought. He defeated Goodluck Jonathan and made history. And now, Buhari's civilian presidency started with hope. The Nigerian people placed their hope in this man. He waged a war against corruption by establishing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission that was led by Ibrahim Magu. He closed the borders. His economic policies, however, mirrored the past, and eventually there was a controversial naira redesign that created widespread cash scarcity, just like his 1984 note swap. There was inflation, a very high rate of inflation. Bag of rice was 7,500 naira when Buhari became president. However, when he left, it was about 60,000 naira in his final year. On insecurity, Nigeria saw the rise of banditry. We saw rise of kidnappings, terrorist attacks. His administration's silence was even louder than his actions. And then, in the year 2020, we had the popular and even internationally known End SARS. This was a protest that was led by the Nigerian youth, and it rocked the entire nation. Buhari's response was cold and even delayed. The End SARS was followed by a military crackdown at Lekki Toll Gate in Lagos, and it left scars on Nigerian people that never healed. His critics say that he was detached, reclusive and indifferent. Nearly 200 journalists was arrested during Buhari's 8-year rule. Economic decisions were often made without consultation or clarity. Even his exit was quiet. He showed little interest in who succeeded him, despite rumors of being behind the scenes resistance to Bola Tinubu. His Naira design was aimlessly aimed at curbed vote buying, and it only caused pain and confusion among Nigerians. Now, this is the dual legacy. What do we make of Buhari? Was he a soldier or a statesman? Was he the reformer or the relic? In uniform, Buhari ruled with an iron fist. He was obsessed with discipline but blind to human rights. In Agbada, he promised change. However, he delivered silence. Buhari's eras, both as a military ruler and as a civilian president, were marred with economic hardship, authoritarian tendencies, and lack of empathy. Yet, his supporters still see him as a man of integrity. They still see a leader that did not enrich himself, that did not enrich his pockets, and hated waste, who stood firm in the face of corruption. But for others, they saw a man that is remembered for missed opportunities, for economic blunders, and for governing as if he never even left the barracks. Anyways, I will not make a stance. Rather, I will open everyone's eyes to see the kind of person who Buhari really was. From the days of coup d'etat to the days of ballot boxes, Buhari's shadows looms large over Nigeria's democracy. He ruled twice, once by gun and once by votes. But the question still remains, did Muhammadu Buhari truly lead, or did he merely preside? Please do well to like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos.